heights. Time to read your last rites. It's got you and its sights. We bid you welcome to Friday Night Frights. Frights, Friday Night Frights, so creepy and cool. Friday Night Frights. Frights, Friday Night Frights, where monster kids rule. Friday Night Frights. Friday Night Frights. Friday Night
Hey there, Monster Kids! Welcome back to Friday Night Frights here on Monster Kids Studios YouTube channel. I'm your host, Rich Savage, coming to you from world famous Monster Kids Studios. That's right, I'm right here. This is it behind me. World famous it is. And to my left and to your right is Monster Man Dan, the OG Monster Kid. Hey Dan, how you doing, buddy?
Hey, doing great. Glad you're all here, ready for a great ride.
Yeah, man. We're here,
Let's
they're
rock it.
here. Oh, we're gonna kick some butt tonight. We got a lot of fun things to do. Down there, down below, from the depths below, there he is. As always, my good buddy Mike. Hey Mike, how you doing, man?
Direct from hell. Hello, everybody. How you doing?
And we're off. There we go. Oh, we got a good show, guys, for all the Monster Kids out there, don't we? We got a good one. You guys are going to have fun tonight. We got giant bugs. We're going to be talking about the giant bug movies in the 50s. And we'll touch on some of the newer ones here and there and some other films that kind of fall into that genre. But basically, if you've seen the promos and you know what we're talking about here tonight, it's giant bug movies. We love them. You love them. We can't get enough of them. The classics, too. Good stuff. Fun stuff. And we're going to be talking about we got a old movie we're going to be celebrating. We've got a new trailer we're going to be looking at. If YouTube will let me show it, they might let me show some of it. Maybe I'll just show it in like spurts. I'll play a little bit of it. We'll talk about it. I'll play a little bit more. They kind of let me get away with that. So we might have to chop it up a little bit, but that's okay. Because every time I try to put a whole trailer on now, they're giving me a hard time. So, I mean, we're commenting on it, and it's for commentary, so that should be okay with fair use, practices and stuff. But still, for some reason, they're busting my chops. So I want to show the new trailers so that we can talk about them and look forward to the movies coming out. I mean, that's all part of this channel, this show. So we'll see what happens. But we're going to talk about it anyway. We're going to run it up the flagpoles. Use salutes. So, all right. You want to talk about the anniversary movie? Is this April? What is this? 18th? April 18th?
18th,
Friday?
Yes.
Right.
All right. Let's see. What is our movie? What do we have here? Everybody's waiting. They can't wait. Bated breath. All right. Here's our flick. This is the movie that's celebrating its anniversary today. Bela Lugosi, The Whispering Shadow. It's a 12-part serial from back in the good old days, like 1933. So, yeah, man, The Whispering Shadow. Good stuff. 1933. This is, I got some facts here. The Whispering Shadow is an American, it's pre-code too, so it's 33. It's a serial film directed by Colbert Clark and Albert Herman and starring Bela Lugosi in his first of 5 serial roles. He made 5 different serials. I thought he made more than that, but I know some of them. Let me see. There's the Return of Shandu was a good one. Shadows of Chinatown, another murder mystery type thing. And they always kind of used, in some of those, they use Bela as like a red herring, where obviously you think he's the bad guy. And a lot of times it turns out he's not. He's even like the hero in some cases. And then there's The Phantom Creeps was another one. They actually shortened that down into a movie as well. I think they pieced together parts of the serial and condensed it. But The Phantom Creeps is pretty cool. I think that's the one with like the big robot looking thing.
Yeah.
I don't know. I don't know if you guys are familiar with that, but that was a few of them. Lugosi received $10,000 for this. $10,000, highest known salary of his career for a film, or a series of film. And but I get $10,000 isn't bad when you think about this. The serial was filmed in 12 days. 12 days. They did the whole damn thing. So it's a 12-part serial. They filmed one episode a day.
Yeah.
Basically,
Yeah, and he made close to $1,000 a day. Pretty sweet money for back then, 1933. Bela was living large. So yeah, I got another picture here. Let me pull something else up. Yeah, Bela he was drinking champagne out of slippers those days. He was having a good old time. Spending it all on those wives. There he is. He had what? How many wives did he have? Like 4? I think he was married like 4 times.
At least.
Possibly 5.
Maybe. Yeah.
Well, they all left him for broke. Left him for dead.
Yeah. Basically.
Hey, Bela! The Shadow in the Whispering Shadow is an underworld mastermind. He's invented a device that allows him to kill by radio control. And he, along with several other persons, seeks the Tsar's jewels. I say the border czar. The czar. The czar. The czar. The border czar's jewels. The series is notable for the constant false clues and decoy actions that make nearly everybody a suspect. That's what I was talking about. See, you don't know if Bela's the bad guy, if he's not the bad, if he's the hero, if he's going to turn out turn a new leaf, be a good guy. You don't know until the very end. You got to wait till the last chapter, chapter 12. You got to get through all 12 of these things. But here's Bela right there. Maybe that's the radio-controlled death machine that he's operating. That's cool.
Wow.
There he is.
That looks scary.
He's always got some kind of device or electrical thing going on. And I'm reminded of the devil bat was another good one.
Yeah.
I've seen that.
I think we talked about that before with the cologne. He puts the cologne on people, and then he has the bat.
The bat attack.
Trained to sniff out the cologne, and that's what. And it comes screeching in from the sky. Whee! Does that cool noise? Whee!
I know.
That's my favorite part. That's my favorite part of the movie. No, I love it, man.
That's great.
I'm gonna put some of that into this show right here. So probably right where I'm talking right now, there's gonna be a devil bat. Whee!
That's creepy sound.
I'll put a clip in when I'm editing. That'll be fun.
Well,
So that's the Whispering Shadow from 1933. That's our movie that we're celebrating today. And like I said, it's not a horror film really. It's more of a murder mystery, lots of intrigue and stuff like that. But it's got Lugosi, so you know, if Lugosi's in it, it's always got some kind of creepy thing going on.
Creepy, yeah.
It's like a radio-controlled death machine.
Yeah, right.
So there you go. So that's it. That's I got some of the movie. You want to see? You want to see a clip?
Sure. Sounds good.
The Whispering Shadow. I think everybody. You
That's
guys
right.
out
Monster
there.
kids do. They want to see it.
You guys want to see a clip of the Whispering Shadow? We're gonna do it.
Yeah.
We're gonna give you just a taste.
Yes.
Just a little taste, just to get you going, get your juices flowing. Nat Levine. He was very proud of this, Nat Levine. His name's all over the place. Listen to that music. The music's enough to get you.
Yeah, it is cool.
It's always very atmospheric. All right, we're going to skim ahead. See if we can find Bela. Oh! He's going to make a U-turn there. Look at that. What's that? K-turn.
Give me the jewels.
Where is you the Tsar? That chick's hanging on for dear life. There he is.
Bad.
Oh,
There's Bela.
oh, where is Ed Wood? He's limping. Hurt his leg. Tripped over a coffin. Hit it. This guy, Chicky Joe. Hey,
Wow.
just in the nick of time.
Ooh, maybe not.
Oh, I don't know. I think Bela was limping. What's going to happen to that guy?
Right.
Look, watch, he's just going to give up. Look. Oh, my
Perfectly
hair.
fine. Yeah, my hair's messed up.
Oh, there's Bela. Look. He found a body. All right, let's skip ahead. Let's see what else
He's
is there.
secretary to
Oh,
Mr.
there he is.
Bradley, president of the storage company.
I'll put an end to
Fine.
Oh, Father, wait.
Oh, this is the
Death ray.
guy with the. This guy's. Holy crap! It's Dracula.
He'll never escape.
Where does he think he's? Oh, through the window.
Just in
You're right.
time.
Yep.
It's
Bill
best
is,
not to let him
he's
know
gonna
we
be pissed.
suspect him. Follow him quickly.
What's he gonna do now? Oh, he's gonna get the radio-controlled death machine.
Oh, that's right. He was in dude.
That's these guys come in for a meeting. Oh, this is when you see the whispering shadow.
Shadow. I see.
This is like the best part.
The package.
Oh.
Yes, but the jewels are not in it. We obeyed your orders to the letter. We have not failed.
You did well. Those papers are of great value to me. Guard them with your lives.
Guard them with your lives.
Hello. Empire Storage? Give me the radio room, quick.
Okay, well, we're gonna stop right there. I think
Yeah.
I just want to see the
Hold 'em
whispering
up.
shadow. I
Mhm.
wanted to see the
Yeah.
whispering shadow because that's pretty cool. The way he comes up on the wall like that, you know, it's pretty
Yeah.
creepy. Good
Mhm.
series, good serial. I mean, I've seen bits and pieces of it on YouTube. I've never watched the whole thing through, but I guess I'm gonna have to. You know, if I'm gonna be doing this, I gotta, walk the walk. If I'm gonna talk the talk, so that's how it
Right.
goes. You guys have to watch it too now.
Oh,
You're
my.
so screwed. You're gonna call yourself a monster kid?
Well, you
I
might
guess
be able
I-
to see it soon, maybe.
Yeah, possibly. There's a chance.
Possibly.
No,
Well, we'll see.
spoiler alert, Mike.
Oh,
just
no,
'cause
we'll
thi-
see. You know.
This is a deja vu show. You know what I'm talking about.
Yeah.
Well, we got a new movie. We're gonna look at this guy's gonna kill me tonight. I know it. We got a new movie we're gonna talk about. So let's get that going here. I'm gonna pull up the poster. It's a good one, kids. Oh, it looks scary. Oh man, where is it? Oh,
Yeah.
that's not. Oh, it looks pretty creepy. So I'm kind of excited for a couple of reasons. Not just because I like exorcism movies. This is The Ritual, and
Yeah.
it's coming out in June. I think June 26th is when it gets released. So was it June? What did I say? June or July? I don't even remember now. Let me see. I had notes written down here. Yeah, June 6th. I'm sorry. June 6th. That's when it's being released. So,
D-Day.
yeah. D-Day. Yeah, right? It's D-Day, isn't it?
Yes, it is.
Listen, Mike spouting off the history. Yeah, this
June
guy,
6,
history buff.
1944.
Okay, he knows his D-Days.
My
Good
dad
job.
was in it, and so was yours.
Oh, your dad storm Normandy, or was he there?
Not
at
the first day. He was like a few, how many plus 3-4 days. The front, it was already
Yeah.
cleared out, but still,
Yeah.
he's in a battle of the bulge and all that. So.
Excellent. Yeah, my dad, he missed out. He didn't storm Normandy either. He was on a pontoon boat retaking Omaha Beach. No, just kidding. My old man was over there in the European theater. His platoon actually marched with General Patton at one point. That was the high.
Yeah,
point
my
of his
dad
entire-
seen Patton, but he was in a different armored division. So
Oh, really? My dad didn't
he
get
seen
to
him
see
drive by in a Jeep. Yeah, one time.
My dad said he knew they were going with his armored division through Europe, and he knew he was up there, and the crowd of soldiers would gather, like all up in the front to see him in his tank or wherever he was, and he could never get up there to see him. He could never get close enough. He said, but I knew he was there, so I felt safe. He said. Now, yeah. My dad never. He was over there in Belgium, and when they took Russia. Saved Russia, I should say. He was inside Russia for a little while. So.
Oh wow! Yeah.
That's cool, man. Yeah, you spelled out D-Day. That's cool. Good. I don't know why I forgot that, but that's great. So now we can remember that. June 6th, we got The Ritual. So in honor of D-Day, we've got an exorcism movie being released. So,
It's perfect.
Exercise some Nazi demons.
Nazi demons from hell. The Ritual was directed and co-written by David Meidel, based on a true story. It follows priest Theophilus Reisinger, played by Al Pacino, of all people.
Al Pacino.
And
Wow.
Joseph Steiger, played by Dan Stevens, as they attempt to put aside their differences to save an allegedly possessed young woman named Emma Schmidt, played by Abigail Cowan, through a series of dangerous exorcisms. A series of dangerous, not just one. There's going to be more. This got to be more than one exorcism. Oh man, I don't know. It sounds creepy. I mean, I know we've seen things like this before, but with Al Pacino as an exorcist, I don't think so, right?
I don't know.
So
Probably not.
we've seen him as the devil, right? Devil's advocate. With, Keanu Reeves.
Okay for that.
Good old Keanu. So yeah, Pacino he played Satan, but I don't think he's ever been on the other side. So let me see. We got a clip here. We'll show some of it, and I'm gonna stop it and cut it up and talk through it. I think they want us to talk through it. Here it goes.
The Lord's
XYZ Films.
army in this battle. Emma is not well. I need a team of 3. Father Steiger will be taking notes and assist with restraints. The devil will do whatever it takes to foil our plans. We must be resolute and hold back the darkness.
Emma?
Now, first impressions. It seems a lot along the lines of the original Exorcist with the old priest, the young priest. That's why I said we've seen it before. It seems like, I don't know what kind of modern twist or whatever they can do to this to shake it up a little bit, but right off the bat, it just reeks of the Exorcist. Father Marin and Father Karras teaming up to. But he said there's going to be. What did he say? He was going to have three other priests with him, 3 other assistants.
Yeah.
So nuns. It looks like there's nuns involved this time. So I don't know. We'll see. See what happens. Looks pretty good. Here we go.
Satan and his demons, depart this woman! Be the light,
Yeah. Okay.
Wow.
I don't know. Those Exorcist movies. I don't know, guys. I don't know about you guys, but those exorcism movies freak me out.
Oh yeah, for sure. I don't know if my old ticker can take it anymore.
Especially when they crack their neck.
Oh, and all that creeping and cracking. Yeah, what's that all about?
Cracking their neck.
Bones. Why do you got to do that? All that stuff.
Snap to it. Yeah.
Yeah, you can't just tell. I don't know, man. It's just it looks like The Exorcist, but I guess if it's creepy on that level, it'll be great because that Exorcist movie, the original, Linda Blair, still freaks me out. So.
Oh yeah, me too.
I'm not really the most religious person in the world either, but those things, they draw you right in and just like scare the living crap out of you. I'm surprised Pacino's in a part like this, though. That kind of caught me off guard seeing Pacino as, priest, I guess. But, he's played just about everything you can think of.
Right.
He's played like Indians and British soldiers and the Cuban drug smugglers.
Cuban.
S&M leathermen from cruising. He's played just about anything you can think of.
Yeah,
man. But the dude,
he was in that courtroom.
Yeah,
justice for all, right?
Oh,
yeah.
You know the line, Dan. Go. What is it?
Yeah.
What's the line? Go ahead. Do your Al Pacino voice. You're out of order.
Like what? Like you're out of line. This whole court's out of line.
Out of order.
I'm out of line. You're out of line.
I gave you a chance, and you messed up his line. See now Al Pacino's never going to watch this show. He's never tuned into Friday
Nah,
Night
he
Frights.
probably won't. He's like 83 or something.
That's what he's.
Yeah.
He's
was a long
asleep
time
at
ago.
8 o'clock.
I would hope so.
That's a
Him
long
and his
time
baby.
ago.
Him and his baby
Way
child.
back.
He's asleep.
Your turn
at
to
8.
watch him. You're 28.
Him and Baby Al. Baby Al they're both asleep at the same time. They eat their applesauce and hit the sack. I'm not watching that. Hooah! I'm not watching that Friday Night Frights. I'm not watching it. Those guys suck. That's as
That's
good
what
as
he's
I
saying.
got. So yeah, that's The Ritual. That's Al Pacino playing a priest performing an exorcism. Looks, I mean, if you like exorcism movies, it's got to be better than that Exorcist thing that they came out with, last year or whatever that was. That David Gordon Green garbage. The guy that they tried to kill the Halloween franchise. He made that Exorcist. What was it called? I forget what it was. It was so bad. It was just so bad. It could have been cool, but the guy's a horrible filmmaker and an awful writer, and I don't like him. David Gordon
you
Green.
really feel.
I don't like you. I think you suck.
Well, he's not watching the show.
Well, as long as Pacino tunes in, I'll be all right. David Gordon. I don't. That guy. He was horrible. Hey, he's got to make a better movie. He makes a better movie, I'll change my mind. But you screw up The Exorcist for me, that really pisses me off. And he had like Linda Blair's mom in the movie, Reagan's mom. She was actually in the movie, doing her role again, revising her role, and it was a shame that even she was in that because he did it. It was just horrible. It was bad. If you haven't seen it, don't bother. Watch the original Exorcist. It was much better. So that's our new movie, The Ritual. Yeah, we're rambling here. We're getting into the flow of things. All right. Well, as promised, we're going to start talking about our topic: giant bugs. Giant bugs, kids out there. You monster kids out there, you love your giant bug movies just like we do. So we're going to talk about some of the best ones, maybe some of the not so good ones, and we've got a little video presentation we're going to play a little bit later, covering some of the history and cultural impact of giant bug movies. We're going to talk about some of Mike's favorite giant bug movies and then some. And then we're going to talk about the top 10 giant bug movies of all time. Dan's got a list. So you're not going to want to go anywhere now. Just sit down and relax. Don't go anywhere. I hope you have your favorite beverage. Maybe you want a Monster Kid mug. Oh, by the way, the Monster Kid mugs are back for sale on monsterkidstudios.com. So if you want to get your own Monster Kid mug, they're up there. I updated the entire store. Everything's up there. These shirts. Friday night, you get a Friday Night Fight shirt for sale up there, you Monster Kid maniacs. MonsterKidStudios.com. Check it out. You can get ball caps. You can get shirts. You can get mugs. Everything. I'm putting more stuff up there. So let's see. Giant bugs. I want you guys to be prepared out there who are watching the show. And if you want, you got to have one of these with you. You got to have a fly swatter. Something to protect yourself. If you're going to be watching this show, anything can happen. Be on guard. And if you don't have one of these, you got to get a
can never tell.
can of this. Got to get yourself some Raid. This is some powerful stuff too. This is the industrial strength. We talk about this because, like it says right here on these instructions, you can't read on how to protect yourself. I have no idea with any of this. That could say anything. I have no idea. Says, let your children play with this. Yourself. I don't know. But anyway, I've got my fly swatter. I've got this. So if you guys want a second out there in Monster Kid Land to run off and get yourself something to protect yourself with, I understand. We'll kind of slow things down a little bit. Go ahead. Are you back?
Get the industrial strength because 20-foot ants.
Get the powerful stuff. If nothing else, just find a big ass shoe. Because you might. That could do the trick too, depending on how big.
How thick your feet are.
Yeah. If you got something like I have a kid in my family who's got big ass feet, so you can get like one of his shoes. And so these kids are mutants these days. His shoes are already bigger than mine. 16 years old. It's ridiculous. But so a shoe, fly swatter, anything really that'll help kill a bug. Flamethrower, if you got one sitting around.
Well, that
Flamethrowers
would
are
really
good.
work,
Yeah, or bazooka. If you got a bazooka, that's not a bad idea. They've used those
Burn
in the
down the
past.
house.
Get
Yeah,
your
well,
the
Ace
house.
Hardware. They got them
Well,
on stock, I'm sure.
You got to sacrifice sometimes, Dan, when you're trying to kill these giant bugs. Sometimes your house,
Funny.
has to be the
Gonna
price you
get
pay.
destroyed anyway, most
Yeah,
Your
likely.
house has to be
yeah.
sacrificed?
Overrun.
Yeah, they're just going to
Wow.
squash it anyway. One of their giant
Squash.
bug legs. It's
That's right.
You'll see. Watch, I'm showing the clips here. You'll see what happens. You think I'm joking? This isn't a joke.
No. We're all scared.
Maybe it is. I don't know. All right, we're going to talk about some of Mike's favorite. Mike sent me a few ideas of some of his favorite bug movies. And right off the bat, he hit me with like the mother of all bug movies. And you'll recognize this one, kids. It's Them.
Yeah, if
That's
anybody,
it, yeah.
the first one everybody probably talks about, I would think.
Yeah.
Mhm.
One of the first ones that kind of sticks in your memory, too, from when you were a kid. you know?
Right,
Oh,
exactly.
really? Yeah.
It was from
Saw it
1954.
many times.
1954, Them. And anytime you talk about giant bug movies, Them comes up, obviously. It's like the pinnacle. And I don't think any of those other ones would have come. A lot of them probably wouldn't have been made if it hadn't been for the
Right.
success of Them.
Probably not.
Hmm.
As, Them made it a bunch of money. It was a box office smash. It was critically acclaimed. So everybody tried to follow in its footsteps to sometimes, favorably and sometimes to a much lesser degree, couldn't quite get there. But Them has an amazing cast. It has James Arness,
Hmm.
who was in The Thing, Gunsmoke.
Yeah.
Has James Whitmore, whose name always escapes me, but James Whitmore. And if you want to know who he was also, he's such a great actor. He was still acting. He was in the Shawshank Redemption.
Hmm.
He was the old guy with the bird.
Yeah.
You remember that guy? What was his
Yep.
name? What did he call himself? I forget what he scratched his name. Brooks.
Yeah.
Scratched
Brooks.
his name into the thing before he hung himself.
Hung himself.
Spoiler alert. I just spoiled it.
Yeah, I'm sure they've seen it.
There's Joan Weldon. Edmund Gwenn is the old professor in this. And if you recognize Edmund Gwenn,
yeah.
he was in Santa Claus from Miracle on 34th Street. So he's another famous actor that was in there. And Fess Parker has a part in this.
Yeah.
And he was Daniel Boone.
Daniel Boone.
Yeah, he was also, what's the other one? Not Daniel Boone. The other, who's the other
I don't
pioneer,
even
real
know.
famous? Daniel Boone. Damn, I hate when I can't remember that stuff. But he played, before Daniel Boone, he played the other one. I can't remember his name. Davy Crockett, right?
Yeah.
Is it Davy Crockett?
Davy Crockett. Yeah.
Yeah, I think he played Davy Crockett for about a year, and then he had real success as Daniel Boone. And the one thing that a lot of people don't know is Leonard Nimoy's in this movie, Mr. Spock.
Real quick.
He was
Yeah.
he was in the little part as an army sergeant. He's got a tiny little
Yeah.
role in there, but
Mhm.
of course he's always mentioned in the credits because who could believe Leonard Nimoy was in Them. So a lot of
And
great
Mike,
actors.
This has been my favorite, Mike.
Nice. Very nice.
Got
There
the
it is.
DVD.
He's got
DVD.
he's got it. Very nice.
Anytime. Watch it anytime.
If it's worthwhile, Dan has it.
Really?
Yeah.
He
Yeah,
does.
if it's a good movie, Dan's got it in his collection. He's got the DVD. I've got the DVD and I also have it
More or
digitally.
less.
So I usually I'm too lazy to pull out the DVDs. So fortunately, I have everything like saved on Vudu. I downloaded all the digital editions of all the movies I love. So I actually have my own little section on there that says Rich's Cool Movies. And it's all horror movies and Hammer films and all that cool stuff. So anytime I'm bored or I just want to watch something that makes me happy, I go there and open up one of those things, check out one of my cool movies that nobody else wants to watch around here. I usually watch them by myself.
That's what
Same
I did.
thing
Go
here.
to the basement.
Yeah.
Same
Usually
thing
watch
here.
them all alone.
Yeah.
Let's see what else was on Mike's list. Let's see what else we got here. Here it goes. What is? Oh, there it is. The Fly.
The Fly.
The Fly. Not necessarily a giant bug movie.
No, not really.
Not like the ones we're going to be talking about, but still, it is a giant fly. It is a guy that turns into a fly. So
Giant fly head. Yeah.
pretty big fly. And The Fly was from 1958. Stars David Hedison, Patricia Owens, and the great Vincent Price. And a lot of people mistakenly think that Vincent Price is the Fly. He is not. And it's David Hedison is the scientist who turns into the Fly.
Right.
And using his molecular transporter. Another cool machine. You know, got to come up with... I'm still trying to figure out why he wanted a molecular transporter, but, you know, wacky stuff, these scientists, man. Things go awry. Things go awry. Then you end up looking like this. Wait a minute.
Yeah.
Where is he? Where's this handsome devil? There he is. Wait a minute. Is this it? Make sure I pull
Look away. You have a weak heart.
You threw me off. See? Where is he? There he is. Oh, man, this guy. There he is. Look at the Fly. Oh, look at
I know it.
this poor bastard.
Wow.
Look at him.
Mhm.
He's got the head of a fly. Still has a hand. He still has one hand left, maybe a foot, maybe a foot or something. I don't know. I don't even want to imagine what the other parts must look like. That's
No.
for the most part. That's the Fly right there. So and then at the end of the movie, when they go look into the spider's web, and there's the Fly, but it has the head of the doctor.
Head of a dude.
Yeah, that's so creepy. And he's like, help me, help me.
that
There's
was
a spider.
Yeah,
Spiders coming after. So then they squash
he's
him,
done for.
put him out of his misery. That was very sad. Kind of along the lines of Incredible Shrinking Man, how had such a sad ending, you know, hopeless, really. But yeah, that's The Fly. Good movie. And it was followed by sequels, I should mention, Return of the Fly and Curse of the Fly. And Vincent Price was in Return of the Fly, too. He had to face another fly guy.
Fly guy.
Probably a fly by night.
And then, of course...
Probably was.
And then, of course, there was David Cronenberg's remake from 1986 with Jeff Goldblum.
Goldblum, that was good.
Which was excellent, by the way. I think it's
That
an
really
excellent
was.
movie.
That really, really was. Oh, yeah.
Gross, though,
And the
right?
byline was what? Be afraid. Be very afraid.
That's right. I am very...
Spook everybody out. Whoa.
Everybody's afraid out there in Monster Kid Land. No, I think we're scaring people now. We're showing some creepy stuff here. So let's keep that ball rolling. Yeah, I like that movie. I like the remake of The Fly. It was really good. Well done. They got a lot more in depth through the transformation than they did in these older movies. They were able to show a lot more through special effects, which I think was great. And oh, here's the other one. I guess we could talk about the Blob. It grows. It's a creature. You know, it's from outer space. Which most of our stuff here is more or less man-made. But who cares?
Right.
Anytime you can talk about the Blob is a good time. So this is the original.
Right now.
The original Blob from 1958, starring the great Steve McQueen.
Yep.
Steve McQueen.
Yep. Steve McQueen, the 34-year-old teenager. He was old as hell when he played the teenager in this movie.
He would have been 28 by then. Born in 1930.
It was one of his biggest roles, too. It was like, you know, it really got his career. It shot him off.
Yeah.
This movie was a huge success. The Blob was a
Mm-hmm.
blockbuster. And there he is. There's the Blob right there. What an actor.
The Blob.
And I look on the marquee in the theater, it says Bela Lugosi. So it doesn't even say the movie, just also Bela Lugosi. I guess they put somebody up there people are going to recognize. Notice they didn't put Karloff. Doesn't say Karloff. Bela Lugosi.
Karloff.
Yeah. That limey. I don't want to say the foul language, but I'm tempted.
I always thought he was much taller, but Bella was 6'1", and
I know it.
He was only 5'11". That's kind of weird. I always figured him as a taller man, but he wasn't.
What, Karloff?
Yeah, Karloff was only 5'11". Yeah.
That's why he had to wear those giant Frankenstein boots to make him super tall.
Right.
I don't know if you saw the Halloween pictures from our house this last Halloween. I dressed up like Frankenstein. I had the mask and the suit, and I actually bought. Yeah, I actually bought the shoes. I actually bought those big Frankenstein. Those looked like Kiss boots, and I walked around in those things all night. And boy, were my feet killing me the next day.
I bet.
But I was up there though. I was tall, man. I felt like a god. I was looming over people. The kids were scared to death of me. It was awesome. I didn't think kids would be afraid of Frankenstein these days, but they were. They didn't trust me at all. But yeah, that's the Blob. There it is, right there. Big gelatinous, gooey mess. Now the remake of the Blob. I guess you guys both saw it. Did you see the remake, the night from the 80s?
Yeah.
With Kevin Dillon and Shawnee Smith. That's a great movie. It's a great movie. I like Kevin Dillon. That guy, he deserved to have a more of a career. I mean, he did great on that show Entourage. I don't know if you ever watched that. I love Entourage. He was really good in that. And he had a couple of other roles along the way, but he was really good in The Blob. I was always rooting for that dude. I was like, Kevin Dillon's cool. I mean, his brother, Matt Dillon's a great actor, but I always thought Kevin Dillon was pretty cool, especially in Entourage. He's a lot of fun. Johnny Drama in Entourage. So that's The Blob. We're gonna stop here, and we're gonna bring in Dan so he could talk about his top 10 horror flicks of all time. Let me see if I can get you up here and make you bigger, Dan. There you go. Look at how lovely he is. See, that's what the people were clamoring for. We want Dan. We want Dan. Make him bigger. There it is. Look at that.
Oh,
Look
yeah,
at
you got to do that.
Too.
Monster Kids calendar you're talking about.
I was waiting for you to bring that up. The Monster Kid pinup calendar. I know you guys out there, leave some comments if you really want us to. We're thinking about putting out that Monster Kid pinup calendar. And
we better get into the top 10.
We should.
We better get into the top 10. Time's going. What?
Each one of us gets 4 months in the calendar. It's going to be awesome. Various shades of undress and seductive poses. You're going to love it. It's coming. I'll let you know. It's for next year, so, it's
still in the works.
Yeah, we still got time. A lot of photography has to take place. So prepare yourselves. You guys start working out. Both of you.
All right.
Get swole. What was I going to say? Oh, I was going to talk about Dan's backdrop.
Yeah.
I didn't even mention it. I forgot to mention it when we came on. Look how cool that is.
That is cool.
Yeah.
That's awesome, man. That's got your castle. Is that your castle back
there?
Castle
back there? Yeah.
Man.
This is the castle.
You came all the way out here.
Just ran down the hill to get together with you guys. Yeah.
He left the comfy confines of his castle to come out.
You probably flew in, didn't you?
Yeah, he flew in. He had one of those devil bats.
Devil bats.
Drop them off. Right out in the moors. Yeah. He's out in the moors.
Moors.
That's awesome, man. That really looks
Big
cool.
Dog or something.
Those are some vibrant colors.
That's where it is. It's right here. Yeah.
Yeah, the sky is that foreboding, to say the least. Red sky at night. Sailor's delight.
Sailor's delight.
Yeah. You can go out on your boat tomorrow. Look at that. It's awesome. All right, we're going to talk about the 10, top 10. Well, we're going to talk about I'm going to get ready.
From 10 to 1. There we go. And get the rate out too. Okay.
What do you got? What do you got for us, Dan?
Well, for number 10, Earth versus the Spider, 1958.
Ooh, good one.
Where it was down to the spider. Lots of times you just see it as the spider.
Earth versus the Spider. Good movie.
And wonder how many Monster Kids saw that. And,
I don't know. Did you guys see Earth versus the Spider out there? Because it's a good one.
Back in the 60s, if you just saw it on TV and wanted to relive that, you could through a little digest.
There it is. Super 8.
That's cool.
Yeah.
That's cool.
9 minutes. 9-minute digest. Silent Super 8 film. You could put it on anytime with your family projector and relive those highlights from the Spider.
It must eat you to live.
You guys want to learn more about Super 8s? Revisit Friday Night Frights episode 1 here on Monster Kids Studios YouTube channel, because we talk about Super 8 movies, and that was one of them. So that's awesome. Go for it. What's next?
And the tagline on the Spider was 50 tons of creeping black horror. It must eat you to live.
50 tons. Was it 50 tons of creeping black horror?
Black.
You can't stop that.
I thought that would be about Whoopi Goldberg.
Guys, I'm glad this is the serious part of the show. So,
what made you think that? All right, go for it. 50 tons of creeping
All right.
black.
Good
This
night.
wouldn't help.
Okay,
This
the
wouldn't
next-
help.
The next one is The Cosmic Monsters or The Strange World of Planet X. That's what it used to be,
Excellent.
1958. The Cosmic Monsters.
I had that
And
on a T-shirt
The
on MonsterKidStudios.com. Cosmic Monsters on with the creeping eye. It was a double feature. Crawling eye.
and the
Crawling eye.
tagline was "Shocked by incredible shock, this ravaging death overruns the earth with overwhelming chaos."
Excellent.
So,
I like the
that
tagline.
doesn't- Yeah, that wouldn't put fear in you.
That breaks.
1957, The Black Scorpion.
Good
That
one.
was something else.
Yeah, we're going to talk about
The
that one a
hideous-
little more.
The hideous inhuman being that defied every law of nature. Wow,
Every
that's
law.
serious.
Nice. Like it.
1957, Beginning of the End. Wasn't that the Grasshoppers?
Yeah,
Beginning of the
Grasshopper.
End.
The
Yeah.
infamous Grasshopper movie. Love
Tagline
Beginning of the
was,
End.
"You'll be rocked out of your seat, shot out of your skin. New thrills, new shocks, new terror." So if that doesn't get you to go into want to see that
Boy,
thing,
they pumped them grasshoppers up, didn't they? I'll tell you that.
Humongous.
right? The Deadly Mantis, 1957.
Yeah, I love the Deadly Man.
That was really good.
Great.
And
movie.
this was the day that engulfed the world in terror. It was the tagline for that.
Yeah, I can see that. The Deadly Mantis engulfing the world in terror. Sure. Yeah,
Mhm.
that sounds about right.
And, yeah, I thought they did a lot. I know that a lot of it was model work, but I thought it was really the realism was really great. It wasn't stop motion or anything like that, but they actually built a model of the Deadly Mantis, and it really they pulled it off good.
I
really
think
liked
so.
the special effects on that.
I think so. I think they did a great job considering, all these movies were made on a shoestring budget, and to be able to pull it off as well as they did. That one in particular turned out pretty. I mean, they had the mantis flying and climbing on buildings and everything, and it looked really
Yeah.
cool. I
Yeah.
mean, for that time period, yeah, you could buy into that. It was
Yeah.
pretty awesome. Great movie.
And it was on
Good
it was
story.
on the ground. Remember they tried to get it with a flamethrower.
Yeah.
Yeah, they tried to kill it with
destroy it.
everything.
So they tried
I
all
like when it
kinds
comes
of
out of the
stuff.
ground, when the ice melts and
Mhm.
it gets
Mhm.
loose and everything. It's really cool. Great movie.
1957, The Monster That Challenged the World.
Ooh, the Monster to Challenge the
And,
World. Wait, I got a picture
yeah.
I want to bring up. Love the Monster to Challenge the World. Great flick. Where is it? I know here it is. Yeah, let's bring this up here. There it is. There he is. The Monster that Challenged the World. And- And chicks.
Yep.
He would have
So-
took
I know.
over the world if he wasn't worried about the chick.
Yeah,
I know
she
it.
stopped him. He had it. He was going for it. And then
See why?
Yeah.
he was like, whoa, wait a minute.
Wait
What's
a
this
minute.
over here in the bathing suit? Yikes.
I think he got distracted.
I think so too.
I think he got distracted from
He must have. Can't
going for
blame
the
him.
Yeah,
whole
look at-
world.
Look at her. She's like, oh no, Monster to
Whoa.
Challenge the World.
Wow.
Yeah. How you doing, big boy? Yeah, that's pretty. He was a creepy looking
Yeah.
thing too. What was he supposed to be anyway? He was from the sea,
Well,
right? He was from.
I don't know. That was some kind of a mollusk or something, maybe. I'm not really sure what the name would be.
I don't know, but he
Lived
got the big
underneath the sea.
mandibles.
Yeah.
He almost looks like
Yeah.
the monster. I was going to say the monster in the promos, but that's more like a beetle that I have in there. But this thing is pretty.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, that's a scary monster. That one. He's pretty creepy, but he challenged the world, or at least a small portion of it. I guess the rest of the world heard about it. So, but he never really got out of town once he hooked up with this girl here. That was it for him.
Yeah.
He settled down,
He just
became the monster that challenged his job in
Yeah.
the suburbs.
yeah.
That was it for him.
Oh my.
So yeah, that's I'm just his own mind.
Okay.
What's next?
Moving on.
What was the
Moving
tagline? Did
on.
you say the tagline for that one? What was the tagline for
Yes,
that
I
one?
think so.
What was it? I forget.
Deadly Man. This was the day that engulfed the world in terror.
That was the Deadly Man.
No, wait. Oh, I see. No. This is.
See, you think I'm
Monster
not
Challenge
paying
World.
attention, but I am paying
I know.
attention.
I mean, all the goofing and the laughter just kind of throws you off. Let me
Yeah,
get back
I
on
know what
track
you're
here now,
talking
guys.
about.
Let me.
You think
I'm
I
trying to.
like it?
I'm trying to hold it steady. I'm trying to hold.
Well,
it
that's
steady
your
on this.
job.
Right.
You keep it together, and the rest of us will just, do whatever. Go for it.
If I
You're the
start
pro
laughing
here.
too hard, start laughing too hard, I'm going to get confused.
All right.
Okay.
What's the monster to challenge
Monster
the
that
world?
challenged the world. It says crawling up from the depths to terrify and torture.
Yeah, there you go.
Whoa.
See?
Yeah.
You're right. You were right to add those taglines in. They really they capture your imagination.
Sell
They really
the movie. Yeah.
And either you
Excellent.
saw it on the poster, or heard it on the radio and TV. That's the way that they were selling the picture.
Right.
very cool. Very cool. What else we got?
1955 Tarantula.
Tarantula. That's my
It
favorite.
says-
Love Tarantula.
It says bullets can't stop it. Dynamite can't kill it. Tarantula. 1955.
Nice. Yeah, that's probably on most people, including my own, like second on the list.
Yeah, that's huge up
after
there
them.
too. Right.
Because Tarantula isn't just about the spider; it's about the doctor who gets his face all messed up, and it's got a lot of good things going on in it.
Yeah, a lot of stuff going on. That's right.
Yeah, very good science fiction film. All right, what's next?
And then 1958, got two more. 1958, The Fly. We just were talking about that.
The Fly.
And it said-
Vincent Price.
And the tagline was terrifying, nerve-shattering, blood-curdling. A monster created by Adams Gone Wild.
Adam's Gone Wild. Nice.
Yeah, that's it.
That's
what
it.
it
That's how
created.
Mike ended up here. Adams went wild. Now we got him. So science isn't always bad. Good things happen.
Maybe.
Accidentally.
You don't have to live with me.
Yeah.
What else do we got? We just said 1958's the next one again.
58.
Another one?
There's a lot
I
in
think
58.
Mike might be like the creeping terror. But Mike, is that what you be the? Would you categorize yourself as that, the creeping terror? Okay,
Mike's
that's
the
another
creeping-
movie.
Certain nights.
He's the creeping terror. He's been called worse.
That's worse.
And the number one movie, of course, with everybody. Last one would be Them, 1954. Them.
1954.
Yeah.
Did you mention?
The
Did you
byline
mention the?
was-
Oh, go ahead.
The byline would be a horror horde of giant ants crawling out of the earth from wild, deep catacombs.
Ooh, nice.
That's gonna
That
be-
is good.
You
Horror
gotta
horde.
see that.
Horde.
That's what you guys out there are. You're my horror horde.
Horde.
Monster Kid. You're my horror
Come
horde.
do our bidding.
So most of these were made, 1950s. This is 1950s movie making. I mean,
That's
that was the
that's
peak
it. That's
right
the
there.
50s. That was
Imagine
the
the
time. period.
drive-ins back then. The drive-in
Oh,
movies. That'd be
man.
awesome.
Yeah. Oh my. And then one after the other. Wow.
Yeah, that'd be sweet back then.
Now a few of them that I kind of remember. 1961. We're in the 60s, 80s, 90s. Was Mothra. 1961. Mothra.
Yeah.
There's a giant insect.
Right.
And
Yeah,
then
you
how
getting those
about
Godzilla movies.
and then how about 2008? Eight-legged freaks.
Yeah.
Remember the spiders? The spider movie. Eight-legged
Yeah, I
freaks.
don't.
Yeah.
Those giant spiders, man. They come at you.
And
That movie, it's like how do you win that? You know what I mean? Those spiders were wicked, man. And they were fast.
Mhm.
So it's just like,
Yeah.
guys were trying to mow them down. What else you got?
And then Tremors, 1990.
Oh, I
Tremors.
love Tremors.
Wasn't those big earthworms? Weren't they?
Yeah, giant
Kevin Bacon.
worms. Kevin Bacon.
Kevin Bacon. Kevin Bacon was in
Yeah.
that. They made a.
Kevin
Didn't they
Bacon.
make?
There was like
Tremors
3 of them at
two and-
least. wasn't
I think there's more than
That's what I
3.
remember.
I think there is
Really?
more than that. I seen the
Yeah.
first 2. I think.
Yeah, they brought back
Yeah.
the couple who were the survivalists, I think, in the second one and possibly the third one. They came back in the sequels, but I think there were a lot. I think there were like 5. Hell, there might have been more. I don't know. They just kept pumping them out.
Kept making them. Yeah.
Kevin Bacon didn't come back. He just, it was a one and done for him. Yeah, that was it.
Yeah, that's
But,
right.
it was a great. The Tremors is great. Let me see what else.
Mm-hmm.
Did you mention the monster from Green Hell? Was that on your list?
Yeah, I remember that.
Yes. I just got one more, and it was just remember 1997 Starship Troopers.
Oh yeah, that one
And
was.
what
Those
was-
bugs were awful. They were aliens, though, right? They were from another.
Yeah.
They were on
Yeah.
another planet. So yeah, those things.
It's been
were
a while
awful.
since I've seen that. What kind of bug was that, or what insect was that? I mean, they were giant, right? I don't know.
Yeah, it was. They were on another planet, if I'm not mistaken, and
Mm-hmm.
they were just like some kind of beetle, but they were like really. They had like armor, on their exoskeleton, and they were just really nasty. And you watch that movie, you're like, there's no way these people can win. You could never win that war. Those things were just, everywhere. There were thousands of them. So I don't know. I haven't seen that in a long time. The only thing I remember is the infamous shower scene with what's it, Charlie Sheen's ex-wife. I think that was her in that.
Yeah, I see her saying.
Yeah, they always had like that one, for no reason at all, some naked scene of people, because you got to get the kids in the theater somehow.
Yeah.
So that's what they came up with. Kim, what's her name? Kim something. Can't remember her name. Kim Richards, something like that. I don't know. She's married to Charlie Sheen. Denise Richards.
Yeah.
Denise Richards. That's it. She was in that. That was her big role. No, wait a minute. That wasn't, because she played. She in James Bond. She played a nuclear scientist.
Yeah, scientist. Yeah, exactly.
Typecasting.
Yeah,
she hardly even had to act. She hardly even had to act in that one. She's so. They're like, we need a nuclear physicist. Who will we get? Denise Richards. That's the one. But I digress.
But
wait, I got something.
I was gonna say Monster from Green Hell wasn't on that list, and it should have been. Monster from Green Hell.
Yeah,
it should have been.
Monster from Green Hell.
Yeah.
Here, check this out.
Oh.
That's the sound of them.
That's it. Whoa.
Listen to that. That creeps me out. That noise was enough to creep me out. Every time the ants got close, you heard that noise. And boy, that was scary. I don't know where they got that noise from, whether or not.
Right. It made it.
Do ants make a noise like that? Obviously we wouldn't know until they're,
gigantic,
100 foot tall. Then we're like, wow, is that what ants sound like? It'd be too late.
Well, you knew, but then that was it.
Such a great movie, Right. But the thing about these flicks that we're talking about on this show is that like you said, Dan, most of them came out in the 50s, just about
most of
all
them,
the classic ones.
Yeah.
And of course, that was at the height of the Cold War, the nuclear scare after the atomic bomb was set off. So everybody was afraid of, nuclear annihilation. Everybody was afraid of the Russians invading the U.S. There was a lot going on at the time. And these movies kind of reflected the fears that people had. It was just like after Vietnam and everything else, with all the zombie movies and things that came out, it was almost like, people, their fears are reflected in the films of the time. So I think that's what this was all about, these giant bug movies, the nuclear scare, what happens, what are the effects of these things. So it's just, it's fun to look at them in retrospect now, and you think about, well, how come there was, of course, the first question anybody who's not knowledgeable on the subject would say is, how come all these movies came out at this point in time? And that's exactly why. You got to look at what was going on historically, what was going on in the world as a whole, what our government was up against. And, we had the Russians throwing space in, in the late 50s, early 60s, when the space program went into full boom. Right. That's when we had all the alien movies and the Martian invasions. Right. We're going to talk about that. Right, next week?
Yes, that's right. Science fiction.
Yeah, all the alien invaders. So when the Russians launched Sputnik, and then we were trying to get in, that space race was going strong, the movie started to reflect those types of things. So historically, you can kind of trace these things, and it's fun to look back and kind of see how it all works together. So, you want to know what was going on in the world at the time? Pop a couple of movies in, and you can kind of get an idea of what people were thinking. So we have a cool video. Oh, go ahead, Mike.
Yeah, plus if something sells too, it does well, then everybody's going to try to copy it or whatever, just like any era.
That's exactly right.
Because back in the 50s, then was pretty much the first one, 54, early 50s.
Yeah,
here comes them, and
did well.
Everyone after that, a lot in 57, 58.
Right.
Them crushed it.
They were making them.
But Mike's right though. I mean, the drive-ins, like we mentioned earlier, were very popular at the time. So, the kids packed these drive-in theaters. So the movie didn't have to be the best movie. It just had to get the kids into the drive-in, give them an excuse to show up. And they started off with the beach movies. The beach blanket bingo. And,
I know it. Yeah.
Annette Funicello and Frankie Avalon. And
that's right.
Those for a while, that's all that was in the theaters. And then the monsters came along, the giant bugs came along, and everybody went to see the Blob and all this cool stuff. And then, like I said, then it was alien invasions, and it went on and on and on. And it's a shame we still don't have that draw, that drive-in draw like we did back then, because that was an experience.
I know, it's so cool, especially back then. It'd be awesome.
If we got any of you younger monster kids out there who've never experienced what it was like to go to drive-in at night and sit under the stars and watch a movie with all these other people you don't know sitting in their cars, it was just something else. It was, you think back on it now, it was just a wonderful experience and fond memories, So
we still have one near me that's still open, and it won't open till next. It might be open now, but I like to see the old movies. You know what I mean? What's
your drive-in called?
Like the Sundance Theater or something like that.
Oh, okay.
But I think it was.
Yeah, we have one here in Ocala. It's too bad they can't open more of them. There's some places they try. There are like some around the country. I know in like Western Pennsylvania, there's still one going. I think there's still one in New Jersey. But there's one here in Ocala, Florida, that I've been to a couple of times. It's a flea market during the day. It's a drive-in movie at night. So they have to make their money somehow, because that's the problem. It's the land is expensive. It's a lot of money to maintain those theaters, and the land is costly. And people are always trying to buy you out, I'm sure, to get that land for whatever, another Dollar General or strip mall or whatever.
Exactly, right. Yeah.
Something else we don't need. But the drive-in theaters, miss them. But we talked about that too in the past. But yeah, but that's why we're here. So we have a video we put together for everybody to watch out there, kind of like a little bit of the history behind the giant bug movies and their effect, their cultural impact, what they meant to people. The video touches on some of the more popular ones, some of the less popular ones as well. But it kind of gives you an overview of what we're talking about here tonight. So I hope everybody enjoys it. Okay, well, here we go. Let me get this back here. So we have the three of us. Let me make me bigger so I can show off the this thing. Before we go into the video, I want to show off this book. This guy's really cool, and this is Giant Bug Cinema.
I've seen that.
This is on Amazon. Cool. You can buy this on Amazon. It's all about giant bug movies and then some. It's got a lot of other cool stuff in here. And it was put together by a dude named Mark Bailey. He contacted me a couple of years ago and asked me if I'd be interested in submitting an essay for his book. So, as I said here, let me see, where am I? There's my name is right there. I don't know if can you see it? Rich Savage. Look at that.
Sweet.
Where is it? Over there. There it is. I'm a published author in the Giant Bug. This is my claim to fame. I'm in Giant Bug Cinema, a Monster Kids Guide book. So yeah, he asked me what movie I liked the most. I told him, he said Them was already taken, so I took Tarantula, which was cool because I got my second favorite. Yeah. So I got to write an essay about Tarantula, and it's in this book, and there's lots of cool other ones. There's Them, Tarantula, Rodan, Beginning of the End, Black Scorpion, a lot of things we mentioned here. Deadly Mantis, The Incredible Shrinking Man, which is not a giant bug, but a tiny guy. And Cosmic Monsters, Dan, you mentioned that. Earth versus the Spider, you mentioned that. The Fly. So they even have the Tingler in here and the Wasp Woman.
Nice.
Didn't you say you just watched that, Mike? The Wasp Woman?
Yeah, like a couple of days ago.
And you're okay? You made it through.
It didn't get me. Yeah, she got thrown out the
damage.
window.
No damage done.
I remember that.
Mike sat there like this.
He took a flying leap.
On the edge of his seat watching the Wasp Woman. But anyway, yeah, if you guys want to, check it out. I'll leave the link below in the description. Go get yourself a copy of Giant Bug Cinema. It's a fun read. It's written, a bunch of essays written by a whole bunch of other people. And they all have biographies in here telling you a little bit about the authors. So, yeah, a lot of fun. So let's watch our video. I know I said we were going to watch it, and I kind of held it up here. So let me pull it up, and I think you guys are going to enjoy this. A lot of information here. So let's have some fun. Which one is this one? In the 1950s and 1960s, a unique subgenre of science fiction emerged that focused on giant insects wreaking havoc on human civilization. These giant bug movies There's the green hell not only monsters. captivated audiences,
Yeah.
but also reflected the cultural anxieties and technological fears of the era. The rise of giant insect films was influenced by a mixture of post-war trauma, the dawn of the nuclear age, and society's growing interest in both science and the unknown. These films were not merely entertaining. They were reflections of the time's concerns and imaginations, intertwining fears of atomic power with fascination for the natural world and its potential for mutation. The surge in popularity of giant bug films can be attributed to several factors. The atomic bombings of Hiroshima and Nagasaki, followed by the escalation of the Cold War, which had a significant psychological impact on the public. The threat of nuclear annihilation became a pervasive fear, leading to a fascination with radiation and its possible consequences, including mutation. Meanwhile, the advent of new special effects technology, like stop-motion animation and matte paintings, made it easier for filmmakers to bring these fantastical creatures to life. These movies often portrayed nature turning against humanity, with bugs, once considered harmless or even helpful, transforming into monstrous threats due to radioactive exposure. The giant insect genre served as an allegory for the potential dangers of nuclear science gone awry, as well as a manifestation of the anxiety surrounding the unknown consequences of modern science and technology. Here are a few films representative of the time and their impact. We'll begin with Them from 1954. In Them, giant ants, mutated by nuclear testing, terrorize the American Southwest. As the creatures grow in size and number, scientists and military personnel must work together to stop them. This was one of the most successful and influential films of its genre. Them was both a critical and box office success. It helped set the standard for future giant bug movies, thanks to its strong performances, suspenseful narrative, and groundbreaking special effects. The film is often credited with introducing the idea of radiation-induced monster mutations, a theme that would define many future sci-fi films. It also highlighted the theme of scientific hubris, where the misuse of technology led to disastrous consequences. Next, we have The Deadly Mantis from 1957. After a giant prehistoric mantis is released from its icebound prison due to an atomic explosion, it begins attacking major cities along the eastern United States. While not as popular as Them, The Deadly Mantis was a moderate success, especially in drive-in theaters. The film's somewhat low-budget effects and acting were overshadowed by its campy charm. The film furthered the notion that atomic energy could cause dormant creatures or prehistoric life to reawaken, thus enhancing the theme of mankind's hubris in altering the balance of nature. The Black Scorpion from 1957. Following a volcanic eruption in Mexico, giant scorpions are released and begin causing havoc as they terrorize the local population. While not a box office smash, The Black Scorpion enjoyed a degree of success with audiences, particularly because of its effective use of special effects for the time, especially in its depiction of giant scorpions. This film further capitalized on the fear of mutated creatures and the unpredictability of nature, tapping into public paranoia about the unintended consequences of atomic testing. Come on, Dan, we're trying to be serious
from
1957.
Sorry,
the
guys.
beginning of the end.
Sorry.
In the beginning of the end, giant grasshoppers, mutated by radiation, invade Chicago and wreak havoc. Scientists attempt to find a way to stop them, leading to a battle between nature and human ingenuity. The film received mixed reviews, with many criticizing its low-budget effects and unconvincing monster sequences. However, it became a cult classic over the years. The film's portrayal of insect infestations as unstoppable forces provided a frightening look at the fragility of human control over nature. Next, we have one of the all-time favorites, Tarantula from 1955. In this film, a scientist's experiment to create a growth hormone for medical purposes leads to the creation of a giant tarantula. The spider escapes and terrorizes a small town. Tarantula was a moderate success and is often remembered for its eerie atmosphere and its creature design, which was advanced for the time. The film was one of the first to explore the idea of dangerous scientific experimentation gone wrong, a theme that would become prevalent in later films.
I don't even think this would help.
Next up, we have
Probably
possibly
not.
our
That's
strangest
no.
addition to the list. Attack of the Giant Leeches from 1959. In a small Florida swamp, radioactive waste causes giant leeches to grow to monstrous size and attack local residents. The film was panned for its poor special effects and weak acting, but like many others in the genre, earned a place in pop culture as a quintessential so bad it's good film.
Everglades.
Attack of the Giant Leeches underscored the growing fears about pollution and the unintended consequences of scientific experimentation, adding to the growing genre's themes of unchecked human power over nature. The popularity of giant bug movies can be understood in the context of the post-World War II period marked by the nuclear arms race, Cold War tensions, and rapid advancements in science and technology. The threat of atomic warfare made the idea of uncontrollable, mutated creatures very frightening, while also providing a source of entertainment as audiences could expect these fears in a safe, fictional context. These films also played with the anxiety surrounding technological innovation, exploring the unknown consequences of human actions, often in the form of monstrous creatures. While these films might seem cheesy by today's standards, they were enormously influential in shaping the sci-fi genre. The themes of nuclear mutation and unchecked scientific experimentation would carry over into later films, including those dealing with radioactive creatures, like Godzilla, bioengineered monsters, and the ecological consequences of human action. As for their cultural impact, these films served as a mirror to the public's fear and fascination with the atomic age. They explored the darker side of scientific progress and asked the question, what happens when mankind tampers too much with nature and the forces of the unknown? Through Giant Bugs, audiences were able to confront those fears in a thrilling, albeit often absurd, manner.
There we go. There we go.
Excellent.
Love it.
That's our favorites.
Yeah. Man,
That's
that's
our
a
favorites.
lot of detail in that bad boy.
Mhm.
Some really good stuff.
Yeah.
But yeah, those movies, I mean, just perfect. And in that video, you see a lot of things like we were talking about the nuclear scare. Everybody's afraid of the atomic war or the atomic bomb being set off, nuclear war, the Cold War. Everybody was so tense back then and nervous about everything that was going on. You know, we were prepared for anything, especially just coming out of World War II and the devastation from that.
Yeah.
You know, nobody was in a hurry to get involved in something like that again. So, yeah, everybody's radar was up. And when these bombs were being tested and everything, because it continued on, everybody thinks, you know, we bombed Japan, the war ended, and that was it. But no, these nuclear tests went on for years afterwards in Russia, all around the world. And you knew about them. Everybody knew about them. So, and the thing with these movies, they pinpointed the fact that, yeah, these guys didn't know what they were tampering with. They really didn't know what they were playing with. And I think even when they dropped the bombs in Japan, I don't even really think they knew the effect that it was going to have at that time. You know, afterwards, you know, the residual effect of all that radiation and
years later.
Yeah, the people who died and, you know, decades and decades later on, still cancer and things like that. They had no idea what they were dealing with. So these movies are a reflection of that. I mean, who knew? I mean, anything could happen. We had no idea what the consequences of our actions would be. So that's what these movies were all about. And they were interesting when you think of them in those terms. Like, you know, who's to say there couldn't have been a Godzilla, you know, frozen away someplace or something, somewhere under the ocean or someplace. Who knows? You know, so very interesting stuff. Also of note, we should say that these movies featured a lot of stars, big name stars. So we saw some of them in those clips. So here's the beginning of the end with Peter Graves, who went on to be in Mission Impossible. You know, there he is. He started off his career. One of the things he started with was fighting giant grasshoppers. So yeah, he was a brave man. I mean, Mission Impossible must seem like nothing after that. After the giant grasshopper debacle. This guy's my hero right here. This is John Agar. He was in Tarantula, and he was in a bunch of these movies back then, and he was always saving the day. This cat had a Tommy gun, and he went after him. And in Tarantula, I think he had a bazooka. Well, soldiers did. He was with them. So yeah, John Agar, America's hero.
That's what we call him here at Monster Kid Studios, because he was. If it wasn't for him, we might not made it out of the 50s. So we have John Agar to thank for that. Also in Tarantula, we had Leo G. Carroll, who played the scientist with the poor face, who was responsible for creating the giant tarantula. That was all his fault, so you can't feel too sorry for him, getting his face mangled up like that. Yeah. And also in Tarantula was Clint Eastwood. There he is, the fighter pilot, saves the day. Even back then, Clint was calling the shots.
I know it.
This is his first role. Every time I post this movie up and talk about the anniversary of Tarantula, everything else, I get a litany of posts where people are saying, you know, that was Clint Eastwood. Clint Eastwood was in that movie. And I was like, yes, it was Clint Eastwood. Who also appeared in The Creature from the Black Lagoon, too.
The small little bit part.
Part in that,
little scientist.
Yeah, Clint had to start. He had to start somewhere, and he started back then. He started in those movies. So yeah, that I wanted to make sure we mentioned that because these movies, you know, they're responsible for the launch of a lot of careers. So that's the other thing you get from them. But that's our giant bugs. What do you think out there in Monster Kid Land? Was that fun or what?
Right.
You guys enjoy it?
Leave a comment.
Did you have to use any of your stuff? Everybody's safe. Everybody's unscathed. But man, it's got me in the mood to watch some of these things again. So I think I just might pop one in after we're done here and check something out. I don't know which one though. Now, the Black Scorpion, I haven't watched that in a while, and those little clips really brought it back to me. There's really decent special effects in that movie, considering, you know. You always have to say considering, because they, like we said, they had no money. These movies weren't made.
Plus how many years ago. So.
Yeah. And you see the scorpions grabbing the train and stuff like that. I mean, it looks really cool.
Ripping a dude apart.
Oh, yeah, that cat up, that poor guy. He was, that's the worst. That's a horrible way to go.
Yeah,
that's our stuff for today. You guys have anything else you want to add before we call it a night? Dan, anything you want to throw in there? I think we covered everything.
I got to get back up to it's cold out here right now. I got to get back up
you got a long.
But I was going to maybe invite, or just to see if there's any other 60s kids out there. When they saw movies back in the 60s, did they ever collect anything like this? I'm going to go back and, the 8mm.
Yeah, go.
I don't know.
Give it a whirl.
Tonight I'm going to go fire up the projector and watch
Deadly Mantis. Isn't that cool? Look at that.
I'd like to hear, see if anybody else collected films. It's a 200 foot.
Oh, 200, okay.
200 foot and about 9 minutes, silent.
9 minutes.
And about 9 minutes of highlights. And but I'd like to hear if there's any other monster kids out there that used to collect films back in the day. And that's how we.
One night we're gonna have you, put you up on the screen, and then you could show a movie on your projector. That'd be kind of neat. You know.
That'd be nice. Yeah, I'll get the projector. We'll see a little screen. Yeah, just to see a few minutes of it. Yeah.
Yeah, that'd be fun. It's only 9 minutes long. I think we could get away with showing that. I don't think it'd be a big deal. But that'd be fun. Everybody could kind of watch together. Maybe when we do it live, on a Friday night or something, we'll go on put it up there and invite everybody to come watch with us. I think that'd be kind of neat. Almost like the drive-in. We'll call it the home drive-in.
Exactly. There you go.
Almost.
The at-home digital drive-in.
Yeah, really. Well,
I'll have to come up with
of course, it'll be real film. I mean, we're going to be showing real film, real screen, real projector that they used to show back in the day. That's what the film and projectors. Yep.
We'll have to do a couple test runs and see if we can pull that off. That might be fun.
Bob's Drive-In.
Rich Bob. What are you trying to say? I'm infringing on somebody's copyright?
No, I think
I'm stealing somebody's idea. You call me.
We're doing it like the bug movies. That'd work good. We'll try it ourselves.
All right. Yeah, man. That would be fun. Well, it's oh, I forgot. We got to talk about Monster Kid Theater tomorrow night. Let me put up the movie we're going to be watching. Listen, Mike's already laughing. Why you? Hey, I've had time to make a promo now. Look at this. Watch how fancy this is. Wait, where is it?
We're waiting.
Come on, you. I know. I'm sorry. Come on.
I'm kidding. I don't mean it that way. Everybody's anticipating.
I'm upset. There it is.
Yeah.
The Whispering Shadow. Night.
That's it.
All 12 episodes? We don't have to wait a week?
All 12 episodes. The Whispering Shadows, Saturday night on Monster Kid Theater. So you guys out there, get a pot of coffee, get yourself some no-dos, whatever you got to do to stay up. Pop it. It's 8 o'clock at night, so it starts at 8. You'll be up for, 4 in the morning, something like that. You can do it. Come on, you old monster kids out there. What else do you got to do on a Saturday night? Nothing. I know. Trust me. What, you got to go to sleep early? Is that all you got to do these days? So watch The Whispering Shadow tomorrow night on Monster Kid Theater. Don't be going out to some discotheque or anything like that. Stay home. Drink your coffee, smoke your smokes, and watch some Whispering Shadow.
Enjoy Bella. Yeah.
Dan, you're going to be watching it, right? You watch the Monster Kid Theater every time. Dan always has his cup and everything going.
That's right. Yeah, that's right. That's it. Get my favorite beverage, and watch the show.
That's it. Dan, you always send me pictures. Look, I'm watching Monster Kid Theater. He got his cup and the movie on the screen. Can always count on him. You got one view, it would say. I knew who it was.
I'm trying.
But this is Easter weekend also. So before we leave, I thought we'd pay tribute to the Easter Bunny and Easter with a little film clip that's near and dear to all of our hearts. So we're going to do that right now. Before you guys go anywhere, you're going to want to see this. And remember, in the spirit of Easter, that this movie is, that's what it's all about, this clip right here.
Rise from the dead.
What happened?
Happy Easter, everybody!
Science's greatest mistake. What unknown terror was born that night?
See that paw print?
What
was huge.
Is the terrifying mutant that strikes from behind the shroud of night?
Great scream.
Oh, what a stupid way to die.
That night of the Lepus. A night of total terror, more shattering than your strangest nightmare. What caused the unnatural death, destruction, and panic that night of the Lepus? Janet Leigh. Stuart
Janet Leigh.
Rory Calhoun and Paul Fix. Night of the Lepus. Kill one and thousands take their place. What devil creatures growing in weight and size every day are hidden behind the eyes of horror? What can stop them? Night of the Lepus. From MGM.
Oh, man.
MGM.
Night of the Lepus. MGM's still trying to forget that they made that movie. Night of the Lepus. Kill 1,000 takes its place. Because they multiply.
Yeah, quickly.
That's it. Yeah, fast, too. Man, I'll tell you, those guys, what a horrible way to die, right by a Lepus.
Yeah, it would be.
Wife at the funeral. Oh, my, the rabbit killed him.
The Lepus got him. What? The Lepus?
Why? Why did the rabbit have to kill Harvey? Oh, yeah. So I used to love rabbit. Until the Lepus got him. Well, that's it. That's our show for tonight, everybody. I want to thank all of you Monster Kids for tuning into the channel and watching our little nonsensical show here, Friday Night Frights. We have fun. I hope you're having fun, too. And join us next week, next Friday night. We're going to be talking about alien invasions right here on Friday Night Frights. And while I'm at it, don't let me forget, be sure to check out monsterkidstudios.com. We got all kinds of new merchandise up there. I just loaded some new stuff. More stuff coming. So check back often. There's all kinds of neat stuff up there. Cool shirts, cool merchandise. I got the mugs, I got the hats. Everything's up there now. And what else? Oh, check us out on Facebook, Instagram, X, Twitter, TikTok, whatever you call it. We're everywhere. I'm all over social media. You go into one of those platforms, you're sure to bump into me sooner or later.
He's the king of social media.
Oh, I rule. Social media. So yeah, man, it's a lot of fun. And I'm getting the followers are growing, people are responding to everything, and it's getting exciting. So
things are happening.
Mike, Dan, thanks again, man, for joining me here on our show.
A pleasure.
Yes.
Thanks for all the help. Appreciate it. You know, I've missed
We're
you guys,
excited.
so I'm glad we could get together again.
Yeah.
Exactly.
And I'll see you guys. What did you say, Dan? What was it? Same bat time, same bat channel.
Bat time, same bat channel. Yep.
Yeah. You call in your devil bat and fly back to your castle, and I'll let you know when to come back out next Friday.
Okay. And if not, I'll just wing it. Okay.
Ba-dum-bum. All right, Monster Kids. Have a great night. Have a happy Easter, and we'll see you next week right here on Friday Night Frights. So long, everybody.
Good night.